Hello everyone, welcome back to TechBlog 66. Today we are diving into a beautiful, emotional, and deeply philosophical Japanese film, Madadayo, directed by the legendary Akira Kurosawa in 1993. This was Kurosawa's final film, and in many ways, it feels like a gentle goodbye from one of cinema's greatest masters. If you love meaningful storytelling, human warmth, and films that celebrate life in the simplest yet most profound ways, then stay with me till the end of this review. First, let's talk about the title. Madadayo means not yet in Japanese. The phrase comes from a children's game of hide-and-seek. When the seeker asks, "Are you ready?" the person hiding responds, "Madadayo," meaning, not yet. In the film, this simple phrase becomes a powerful symbol of life itself, a refusal to surrender to death, a declaration that one is not ready to go yet. The film is inspired by the real-life story of Hayao Uchida, a Japanese professor and writer. In the movie, he is portrayed by actor Tatsuo Matsumura, who delivers a performance filled with warmth, dignity, and quiet humor. The story begins during World War II, as Professor Uchida retires from teaching. His students adore him deeply. Unlike many teacher-student relationships portrayed in cinema, this one feels genuine and respectful. There is affection, but also reverence. One of the most beautiful aspects of Madadayo is its simplicity. There is no grand action, no dramatic twists, no intense suspense. Instead, the film unfolds through small moments, dinners, conversations, reunions, celebrations. But in those small moments lies profound meaning. Every year after his retirement, Uchida's former students organize a birthday celebration for him. During these gatherings, they ask him, "Mada kai?" meaning, "Are you ready?" They are referring to whether he is ready to leave this world. And each time, with humor and confidence, he responds loudly, "Madadayo." Not yet. This yearly ritual becomes the emotional backbone of the film. The celebrations are lively, filled with laughter, singing, and drinking. But beneath the joy, there is an awareness of time passing. Uchida grows older, weaker, and more fragile. Yet his spirit remains strong. His answer never changes. Not yet. What makes this film so touching is how it handles aging. In many movies, aging is portrayed as tragic or frightening. Here, Kurosawa shows it as natural and even beautiful. There is dignity in growing old. There is grace in accepting life's cycles. Uchida does not fear death, but he cherishes life. That is the difference. Another emotional layer of the film is the bond between Uchida and his cat. After losing his home during the war bombings, he and his wife struggle financially. Yet even in hardship, they find comfort in their pet cat, Nora. When Nora goes missing, Uchida is heartbroken. The search for the cat becomes symbolic of loss, not just of a pet, but of youth, security, and stability. It is one of the most quietly devastating parts of the film. Kurosawa directs this film with a calm, patient style. Unlike his earlier masterpieces like Seven Samurai or Rashomon, which were filled with action and dramatic intensity, Madadayo feels gentle and reflective. It is as if Kurosawa himself was saying goodbye to the world through this story. The cinematography is elegant and composed. The camera does not rush. It observes. It allows scenes to breathe. The colors are soft, natural, and warm. There is no flashy editing. Instead, there is a sense of stillness. The film invites you to slow down, something rare in modern cinema. The performances are another highlight. Tatsuo Matsumura's portrayal of Uchida is filled with subtlety. He is humorous without being exaggerated. He is emotional without being melodramatic. You truly feel like you are watching a real human being, not just a character in a movie. The supporting cast, especially the students, bring warmth and energy. Their loyalty to their teacher is inspiring. In a world where relationships often fade over time, this film reminds us of the beauty of lasting respect and gratitude. Now let's talk about themes. The central theme of Madadayo is life itself. Not in a dramatic, cinematic way, but in an everyday way. Eating meals together. Laughing with friends. Searching for a lost cat. Celebrating birthdays. These ordinary moments become extraordinary because they are shared. Another theme is resilience. The film is set during and after World War II. Japan was devastated during this time. Uchida loses his house in bombings. He experiences financial difficulty. Yet he does not lose his sense of humor or his spirit. That resilience reflects not only the character but also the spirit of Japan during Reconstruction. The repetition of the birthday scene every year might seem simple, but it is deeply symbolic. Time passes, but the ritual continues. Life changes, but connection remains. Uchida grows older, but his answer remains the same. Not yet. It becomes almost rebellious, a joyful rebellion against mortality. There is also an element of mentorship. Uchida's influence on his students is profound. Even after retirement, they continue to care for him. They support him financially when needed. They celebrate him. This shows that teaching is not just a profession, it is a lifelong relationship. Kurosawa's direction in this film feels personal. Remember, this was his last film. By 1993, he was already in his 80s. Through Uchida, Kurosawa may have been expressing his own feelings about aging and mortality. When Uchida shouts, "Madadayo," it feels like Kurosawa himself speaking. The pacing of the film is slow. Some viewers may find it too slow if they expect action or dramatic conflict. But if you surrender to its rhythm, it becomes meditative. It feels almost like poetry in motion. The dream sequence near the end is particularly beautiful. It connects back to childhood and the hide-and-seek metaphor. It reminds us that no matter how old we grow, there is still a child within us, still hiding, still laughing, still saying, "Not yet." Music in the film is minimal but effective. It enhances emotion without overpowering the scenes. Silence is used wisely. Sometimes the quiet moments speak louder than dialogue. One of the reasons this film stands out is because it does not try to impress. It does not aim to shock. It simply tells a story about a man who loves life. And that simplicity is powerful. For fans of Kurosawa's earlier work, this film may feel different. There are no samurai battles. No moral dilemmas filled with tension. Instead, there is calm acceptance. It shows the evolution of a filmmaker who, after decades of storytelling, chooses to end with something gentle and heartfelt. From a cinematic history perspective, Madadayo is important because it marks the closing chapter of one of cinema's greatest careers. Kurosawa influenced filmmakers worldwide, from George Lucas to Steven Spielberg. And yet, he chose to end not with grandeur, but with humility. Watching this film feels like sitting with an elderly relative who shares stories of the past. There is wisdom in every pause. There is emotion in every glance. If I have to describe Madadayo in one word, it would be grace. Grace in aging. Grace in friendship. Grace in accepting life's impermanence. Now, is this film for everyone? Honestly, maybe not. If you prefer fast-paced thrillers or high-energy dramas, this might feel too slow. But if you appreciate character-driven storytelling and philosophical reflection, this is a treasure. As a YouTube reviewer on TechBlog 66, I always try to highlight films that offer something meaningful. Madadayo is not just a film, it is an experience. It invites you to reflect on your own life. Are you appreciating your relationships? Are you living fully? And when life asks you, are you ready, what will you answer? The emotional impact of the final scenes lingers long after the credits roll. There is no dramatic farewell. Just a quiet continuation of the ritual. And that makes it even more powerful. In conclusion, Madadayo, 1993, is a heartfelt, reflective masterpiece that celebrates life in its purest form. It may not be as famous as Kurosawa's earlier works, but it carries a deep emotional resonance. It reminds us that even as time moves forward, we can still say, with courage and joy, not yet. Thank you so much for watching TechBlog 66. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more classic movie reviews from around the world. Let me know in the comments what you think about Madadayo, and which Kurosawa film is your favorite. And remember, life is precious. So when the world asks if you are ready to give up, say it loud and clear. Madadayo. This movie is available on YouTube free.